Welcome back to Harbor Station, basketball fans. Let me hear you make some noise. Tonight, your Riptide take on our friends from Nova Scotia, the Halifax Hurricanes. Introducing the starting five for the Halifax Hurricanes. Number 3, Mike Poole. Number 9, Ramel Brown. Number 12, Cliff Clinkscales. Number 13, Joel Kindred. Number 25, Gabe Freeman. And the Halifax Hurricanes are coached by Mike Leslie. The officials for today's game are Spencer Jeffrey, Kyle Woodworth, and Mr. Dan Patterson. And today's junior Riptide are the Hampton Huskies. Make some noise for your Hampton Huskies, folks. We can go to the video if you want. Video. All right, St. John, it's time to make some noise for your Riptide. Introducing first, wearing number 1 from Bronx, New York, Daniel Dingle. Number 6, native of Toronto, Ontario, Marvin Binney. Number 12, from Montreal, Quebec, Kemi Ose. Number 25, from Toronto, Ontario, Ronaldo Dixon. Native of Toronto, Ontario, number 34, Darnell Landon. From Chicago, Illinois, number 35, Walter Pitchford. Native of Hampton, New Brunswick, number 55, Andrew Holmes. And St. John, put your hands together and welcome to the Riptide floor for the first time, all the way from Dallas, Texas, number 21, TJ Maston. That's a lot. Who? Okay, I didn't know. I didn't get a list of starters earlier. Tell me whether... And make some noise for your starting 5. From Huntington, West Virginia, number 0, Chris Early. And you know him, he's a fan favorite from Baltimore, Maryland, number 4, Brent Arrington. Coming to us all the way from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, number 15, Frank Bartley. And our big man in the middle from Jackson, Mississippi, number 32, Randy Phillips. And St. John, our Riptide, are coached by Nelson Taroba, assistant coach Terrell Murray, and Dave Morrell. The team's physiotherapist from LifeMark Physiotherapy is Kathy Simon. And I feel like I missed one guy. St. John, put your hands together for Jeremiah Morty. And today our anthem singer is going to be April Eileen. Please rise, remove your hats, and join us for the presentation of our anthem.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love, and all thy sons command. Car t'embrasse pour te les pays, et c'est porter la croix. Ton histoire est une épopée, tes plus brillants exploits. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Halifax Hurricanes looking for a little revenge from a few nights ago. This Riptide team with their first home win against this Halifax team in a nail-biter. It was a heck of a game. If you didn't tune into that, you missed a good one. I'm Stacey Atkinson. Joining me in the broadcast tonight, my son, Zachary Atkinson. Zach, your first game of the season with this Riptide team, so a lot of new faces for you. Everything looked pretty good in the warm-up. You must be excited to be here for this one.
I am. I'm happy to be here. I'm excited to see a few people watching some guys warm up, some athleticism, some size, some speed, some ball handling. So it'll be interesting.
Then we got Gabe Freeman, who's still a fan favorite here in St. John, playing with this Halifax team.
Yeah, it'll be fun to see him again. Fun to watch him play.
Definitely. You know, we enjoyed him. We enjoyed him so much when he was here, Zach, because of the great person that he was. The interaction he had with the fans and the media, everybody, you know, even the scorekeepers.
He's here high-fiving little kids. And,
oh, he still is, yeah. And, you know, you enjoy watching him do all of that stuff, but you enjoy his game of basketball the most. He's such a talented basketball player.
Fun to watch.
Still, you know, he's been a 20 and 10 guy all his life. You'll see him with 20 and 10 here tonight, I'm sure. But this matchup last game, Zach, was won by the Riptide in a close game, but were absolutely killed on the boards. Halifax with 14 offensive rebounds in the first half.
Wow. You don't want to give up 14 for an entire game.
In a game, exactly. And that's what I said on the broadcast. Your goal is maybe 12. That's respectable. Gave up 14 in the first half. This Riptide team, I think a little ripping from Coach Taroba at halftime. Come out, played a much better defensive rebounding second half, and came out with a win. Looking to do the same thing here tonight. So, folks, Happy New Year to everybody. Glad you could join us here in this broadcast. Glad we could bring this to, and as Chris Early starts off with the big three, as normal, the crowd on their feet until we score their first basket. So if you couldn't hear us before, with the cowbells, all that stuff behind us, welcome. I'm Stacey Atkinson, Zach Atkinson joining me here in the broadcast tonight. This, when these two teams play, Zach, it's always a good one, so we can expect a good one here tonight. And Poole lines up a three off the mark. Poole's a better shooter stepping into a shot, straight to not moving from side to side. Morty looking to attack, a little isolation down low, and stripped by Clinkscales. Hey, we strip it back, and we have a 3-on-1 break. Pull up for the jump shot. Clinkscales with some nice D, fake at Morty, drop over to Phillips, make him pull up and shoot that jump shot, but he makes it. Now on the way, on the ride here, Zach, I was talking to you about Chris Early and just how I'm a big fan of his, you can tell, and just how strong he is, and to go with all of that talent also. There's not a lot of guys in the league that can match Gabe's strength and his physicality throughout a 48-minute game. Chris Early does that. He gives them all he can handle. And I said I'm a big fan of Early's, and I really think for this team to be successful, he needs at least 8 more shots a game. As Phillips, you get a screen and roll, and they don't switch; they just double the ball. Well, that leaves Phillips wide open. So you depend on the other guy. That you need to help the helper to come over from the other side. There was no help. Either that, or you looked at Phillips coming and said, "Ole." Dunk at one end, and Phillips picks up the foul at the other. Phillips has a no layup rule also, which I like.
As he shouldn't.
And Zach, you coach the JV team, and you see it from the kids at an early age. It's almost like they're committing a sin when they foul. And when you can get that out of their heads, they become better defensive players. Now, you got one kid in your team that doesn't take any fouls home with them. No. And Early lines up another three, just like the one he made to start the game, off the mark. And good job by Phillips, takes him right in the chest, and you see that rebound by Early. You see what I'm talking about. Oh, he had a roll by Phillips again. Morty couldn't find him. Somebody's got to help him. Early guarded by Gabe down low. Oh, it looks like a hit in the wrist by Poole, but no call. He's not complaining, so referees were closer than we were. And Early does a nice job. Body in front of the basketball, and he's going to have to lower his shoulder. Morty down low, looking to draw contact, doesn't get it, misses a shot. 2-on-1 break, 3-on-1 break. And Bartley has the no layup rule also, puts Gabe at the line for 2.
It's a good foul.
So Zach, your first year as a head coach, how are you liking it?
It's a lot of fun. I got 12 kids that are a lot of fun to coach. Young, a lot of talent for the future.
Yeah, most definitely. And we'll say probably because he's our nephew that he's probably your best player.
He's one of them. He's one of them. Yeah, I got a duo of 2 guards that.
Yeah.
that are going to be a force to reckon with in the next couple of years.
And they'll be here tomorrow night.
Yeah.
The game against the Newfoundland Edge, St. John's Edge. Got a lot of switching going on top. Arrington's got a mismatch with the big fella guarding him. He wants to back up and run at him. Instead finds Early, who has a mismatch of Poole down low. Gets it knocked away. Maybe not a mismatch, Zach. Good crossover dribble down low and just out of bounds off Halifax. 7-2 early lead, 4 minutes into the first quarter. Folks, if you're just joining us, I'm Stacey Atkinson, Zach Atkinson joining me here in the broadcast tonight. Happy New Year. Hope you had a good holidays. And back to basketball. Arrington pulls up for three. Arrington's quite often, Zach, 4 to 5 minutes into the game before he really looks to try to get himself going. You know, he tries to get Bartley involved, Phillips involved, Early involved, and Morty does the same thing. And as you see Bartley attacking the rim, that's a couple of missed layups, but there's Phillips there to clean it up. When you get a switch like that, now you get Poole boxing you out down low. You're 6'9", 250 with good set of legs underneath you also. So it's a tough matchup for Poole. Early with another defensive board. Ooh, illegal screen. That would be 2 fouls on him. Coach doesn't want him picking up fouls. Gabe down that low block. Can score from there. Off the mark. Or what Early will do with Gabe, Zach, is push him a little bit out of his comfort spots. Yep. He likes the ball in this spot. Well, Early knows that. He pushes him maybe a foot or so away from that spot. Jeremiah Morty, a little extra step there. How would you like to drive here from Halifax, knowing you're going to be guarded for 48 minutes by Jeremiah Morty?
Yeah, that'd definitely be a different mindset.
Every time you fall asleep, you wake up with a little bit of a nightmare or something.
You see his face. Right?
Yeah. Just looking at you smiling. Kindred on the break, throws it down. Coach Throbo wants to talk things over. It's just 9-2 early lead. Game's just starting, but right into giving up 3 buckets in a row. Look a little discombobulated on one end of the floor on offense. Let's talk some things over.
The St. John Riptide with 3 locations in St. John to serve your fitness needs. Let's see those guns, St. John. Show us what you're working with. Hey, look at that guy.
Oh, no, the fans right behind us, folks. Those are the fans right behind us.
And if this gives you a little encouragement, the winner of the Flex Cam is going to go home with a 6-month membership to Good Life Fitness. Let's see those guns. And now winner, you in the middle with the scarf. Head on up to the sound booth and claim your prize.
Folks, where can you go and have this much fun? For the price of admission, Zach, I can't believe you know, you're sitting around St. John when there's a game, when it's game night, and you're not here.
Entertainment for the whole family. Here.
Oh my goodness. The biggest indoor bouncy house in Canada for the kids, you know, before game and halftime.
Basketball fan or not?
Oh yeah, it's
Still,
just
a lot of fun to watch. Kids have fun.
little full court pressure. Halifax coming out with. Clinkscale's looking to turn the basketball 3 or 4 times. Does before he gets to center court. Up top, Ronaldo Dixon into the game. Going to relieve some pressure. We just 100% deny everything this Halifax team, even denying ball reversal. So somebody's just got to attack the rim. There you go. Bartley does. Gets himself to the lane. Gets himself to the free throw line. It's a no-brainer. You get up and overplay everything, somebody just take it to the rim. No, you don't even have to run an offense. They want to overplay and show you no respect at all. Just go to the rim, go to the rim, go to the rim until they start playing defense the right way. Clinkscale's quickly down the floor, looking to run some offense. Brown over to Poole. Gabe in the spot he likes down there on that low block. A little screen, a little pick and pop. Gabe finds it. Going to get to the rim. Early, nice job down low. Ronaldo Dixon, also nice job, but yeah, Gabe just too tough.
Notch at 2 points for the Hurricanes.
What do you say? Is that great defense, but better offense? Kamiasi with a shot fake. Finds Dixon on the roll, but there's Gabe. That's the helper I was talking about earlier. Last time Phillips gets wide open, gets dunked. This time he gets free on the screen and roll, but Gabe right there unfortunately commits a foul. That's second foul on him, folks. Off the mark on the second. Daniel Dingle getting set to check in here. Next stoppage of play. Kindred knocks down.
Joel Kindred, 3 points.
Knocks down a 3, 13-12. Halifax lead. 4:33 to go here in the first quarter. And good defense out top by Brown. And a little hold by Ossie as he was going up for that shot. Ball never did hit the rim. Poole's going to attack. Pull up jump shot. Why not? You know, so many guys just keep going. Commit the offensive foul, right?
That's a nice take.
It is. Yeah. That's something you talking to your young kids about, Zach, is just you don't have to go to the rim every single time. Just pull up and take that, shoot that floater, or pull up and take that jump shot. Brown with the block. Another stop, Halifax. Get a stop, get a score. Poole out top, nothing there. Still lots of time in the shot clock, 15 seconds. Attacks the lane, but there's Dixon. Frank Bartley. Wow, another block by Brown. Not sure where the foul was there, Zach.
And St. John, let's hear it for Moosehead. They're the official game day sponsor for your St. John Riptide.
Well, it's one of those blocks, and you know, and then there's some contact with the body. Half a second after.
And on the line, shooting 2, Frank Bartley for the Riptide.
Halifax coach asking the referee standing right beside him, clearly a block shot. And we hear Danny say, well, he also hit him in the head. Maybe got him in that tiny little ponytail on the back there, Zach.
Let's hear it for Frank Bartley St. John. He's going to have a break back into the game for the Riptide.
Got a chance to meet Frank Bartley's parents, Zach, last game. They were here for a couple games. So if you guys are watching, big shout out to you guys. Glad to see you guys here, your family here. And Frank played some good basketball. He's been playing some good basketball. So glad we can bring you this broadcast. Arrington pulls up for that 6-footer that we just talked about. It was surprising, even in the NBA, Zach, how many points per game are scored from that dotted circle area in that key. Guys shooting floaters from there, or guys pulling up and taking that little jump shot from there.
This time we're looking at a $25 gift card from Rocky Sports Bar.
Oh, I bet.
Sitting in floor section 1, row 1, seat 1. You're the winner of the $25 gift card. Please head on up to the sound booth and claim your prize.
But I will say that's the first time tonight Arrington got his feet in the paint, and he scored when he got there. We talked about that last game. He said, you know why? He said, my dad tells me the same thing. He emphasizes, get your feet in the paint, as many possessions in a row as you can, whether you're coming off a screen or cutting through the paint or just attacking the paint with the ball. I said, just what I'm telling you.
It's stuff you preach. I preach telling my kids defensively. So we keep kids out of the paint. If we let kids get to the paint, we get scored on.
Right. Whether they have the ball or not.
No matter what level it is.
Right.
You get to the paint, you're probably going to create something. You're going to score yourself.
Right.
Or get a good shot off. And either way.
Or somebody's getting a foul or something. Yeah. And Washington into the game. I have no idea why that big fella doesn't start, but he comes in. I bet he had 8 offensive rebounds the last time he played. And he led them in scoring. We don't see him till the 2.5-minute mark of the first quarter. I don't know. He did something to
keep him over there.
Did something to pee the coach off. I don't know, but he'd be starting if I was coaching. Jeremiah Morty got to the paint. Got that 6-footer to go.
Courtesy of Jeremiah Morty for the Tide.
Klinkskills doesn't look to shoot the ball a lot, Zach. He only averages 6 points a game, but he runs this team, let me tell you. He's a nice point guard. Dixon from 16 feet. Yep. The big fella from Toronto knocks it down.
Traveling called on the play, going to be Riptide ball.
Dingle up top. Stepped out of bounds. Watson's strong guy. You're not going to bully him out of the way.
Stepped on the end line, out of bounds. Hurricanes ball. Let's keep that energy up, St. John.
I was telling you earlier, Zach. I'm waiting for Dingle to have that breakout, that 20-point game. I mean, when he has that, I think he's going to take off. We're going to see several games, several 20 and 20-plus points games out of him. Just that little hump. He needs to get over that hump, and when he does, he's going to take off. He's got all the tools. Foul at center court, break up that fast break.
Ronaldo Dixon picking up a foul, slowing the play down.
Foul was on Dixon.
That's going to be his first, team's 5th. Checking into the game for the Hurricanes, number 10, Kedar Edwards.
Edwards to throw it in, Duvivier in. No, I just watched it in the last 35 seconds ago with about minute 20 to go. Chris Early was brought up to the bench And coach pretty much said, nah, not enough time left in this quarter. You'll start the second one kind of thing. And then he just jumped up again to come in the game. Coach put him back down. Wait, he keeps looking up at the clock saying, oh, we'll let who's out there finish this quarter.
Come on, fans, make some noise for your Riptide at the end of this quarter.
Dixon up top for three.
Just hit it.
There you go, Ronaldo Dixon.
Just hit a 16-18 footer.
Make some noise for the Tide.
And why not, right? You did, yeah. I mean, you see the ball go through the hoop. Shooting's all confidence. You know, to be technically perfect, your shooting mechanics is an easy thing. The hard thing is to be a confident shooter. To be a confident shooter, when you see ball, even if you make a layup or you make a free throw, you're seeing that ball go through the hoop. You're probably going to make the next shot. You're going to get yourself on a bit of a roll. .3 to go in the first quarter. Coach Leslie wants to drop a play, wants to finish a quarter strong. I like that in a coach. I like my guys finishing quarters starting and finishing quarters strong. Well, of course, you like your guys playing the entire quarter strong, but you definitely don't want to haul all 5 starters out, put your bench in for the last minute of a quarter. You want to finish strong going into the next one. Momentum purposes more than anything. So you got FIBA rules, 2 timeouts first half. If you don't use them, you lose them. They don't carry over to the second half. So 14.3, I would have got up and pressed. It took a bunch of time off that clock, Zach. Oh, Jeremiah Morty collision out top. Watson goes to the floor. Watson, pretty big guy.
His first, team 6th.
Morty tougher than board nails, though. I'm telling you. I've seen him get hit pretty hard in some games and jumps up. Doesn't phase him a bit. Oh, blocked out of bounds by Dixon. .6 on the clock. Time for a catch and shoot, a quick catch and shoot for Halifax. Nothing else. No time to pass, no time to dribble, no time to shot fake. It's a catch and shoot in the middle of the key. Look for a tip in, not there. And folks, there you have it. 23-19 at the end of one.
Riptide 23, Hurricanes 19. Make some noise for your Riptide, St. John.
So Zach, you get your first look at this team. First half on their home court. Halifax, a big, strong team, a good basketball team, 8-8 record. And you look at the record, 3-8. It doesn't really suit the quality of basketball they're playing right now.
No, I wouldn't say so. The only thing I see is a little bit of over dribbling.
Come on, fans, who wants that basketball? Get on your feet and dance.
The guys do things in 7 dribbles that they could do in 2 dribbles or
Right.
3 dribbles.
Yeah.
Other than that, they're doing a great job rebounding the basketball. Defensively, giving up a couple of stuff, but you can expect that. You're not gonna not give up any easy stuff. That's gonna happen. It's what you do after.
Dance like nobody's watching, or dance like the whole arena is watching. The winner.
There's our winner, St. John. Give her a hand. Hey, you won an autographed ball by the Riptide.
Cameraman must not have seen me
Head
moving
down
that.
to the sound booth to claim your prize.
7 points for Joel Kindred. Mike Poole with 6. Ronaldo Dixon with 6, and Jeremiah Morty with 6. Rebounds the same. 8 defensive, 2 offensive for both teams. .47% from the floor for the Riptide, 50% from the floor for Halifax. Chris Early back into the game. Early post up, turns square. Loses a dribble. Watson down low, thinks he's got a mismatch on Morty. Morty says, A turnover. Arrington looking to push the ball. Arrington looking maybe to get his feet in the paint. There he goes. Got inside position. Arrington down low. Couldn't get that. He was going to get that rebound, Zach. Over the backboard, out of bounds. I like this Duvivier. I told you before the game. He is tough. He is one tough customer.
Foul down low.
Well, sometimes you see the retaliation. I was watching the battle. It was a little clutch and grab by Watson, and Morty shed him, and Morty was the retaliation call. Ooh, decent D down low. Dingle, Brown has a wide open dunk. Dingle there commits a foul. Was Brown at the line?
And just a reminder, St. John, if you have not picked up a 50-50 ticket yet, at halftime, please stop by one of the 50-50 tables and pick one up. Great cause in support of the United Way.
I like how all the home fans they'll jingle the cowbells and blow the horns and scream, and when the guy misses a free throw from the opposing team, they think it's all because of what they're doing. Brown's at that line shooting 2. He doesn't hear a thing. Arrington got to the paint. Nice kick out to Chris Early. You know, Zach, we've talked many times, and I've said on previous broadcasts, the threes you make at a higher consistency are the ones that were kickouts from penetrate pitch or kick out from a post player inside out. Your feet are square, your shoulders are square, you're not swinging side to side.
For the Hurricanes.
And again, to touch on what you talked about earlier, the importance of getting to the paint. You, as a guard, you can get to the paint. So many things can happen. You got kick out wide open threes. You got handoffs to your bigs. You got pull up dump shots. You get big foul trouble. But those are the threes your guards can make are when they're facing the basket. They're already square.
It would be the shot you practice most in your life.
Right. You get a rebounder and a passer.
Even if you're by yourself.
Yeah.
How many jump shots do you take just standing, catch, shooting than you do off the dribble?
Right.
If you're shooting by yourself.
Right.
More than not, it's just a catch and shoot.
Or a pass from the top of the key to the wing. You're swinging left to right.
It's a shot you take more than anything.
Right. Duvivier 4-3. I told you he was tough.
Long shot, Malcolm Duvivier, 3 points.
Bluefield into the game. He's a big guy, Zach. Right from head to toe. Morty gets himself to the lane, gets 2.
And 1. Count the bucket, go to the line to work on a 3-point
That's the
play.
Jeremiah Morty we know and love, Zach. Landon's going to check into the game for the Riptide, for Frank.
Give it up for Frank Bartley. He's going to have a break. Fresh into the game, Darnell Landon.
Morty with the old-fashioned three. 7 points now for Morty. 29-26, Riptide lead. Get an offensive foul, illegal screen up top. Riptide basketball. 29-26, 9 minutes to go in the second quarter.
Your St. John City Market. Like us on Facebook. You'll love us in person.
Morty Early's already made two. Why not? There we go. That's the Chris Early. That's the Chris Early that I've been screaming for, Zach. Give that young man 8 more shots a game. Period. You have a winning record when Chris Early is shooting 8 more shots a game. He's averaging 22, 23 points a game. You do not lose a basketball game. And DeVivier, he's saying why not? Yeah, just made one. Gonna come off a screen, wide open. No, absolutely zero hedge there at all on a guy that just made a three a couple minutes ago. Watson with a full head of steam. Wow, 2 big threes in a row by Halifax. All of a sudden, 32-32.
3 points.
Things happen in a hurry, Zach, in this league, don't they? We've seen 20-point leads erased in a matter of a few minutes. That's 2 big guys going to work down there.
Picking up that foul for Halifax. That's
Freeman going to check into the game for Kindred, who is
for the Hurricanes. Gabe Freeman.
not happy about being subbed out. Second foul, coach. You know, a lot of coaches, even with the 6 foul rule, do not want you picking up that third in the first half. Morty, a 90% free throw shooter, Zach, makes that first. Even if he doesn't swish it, he's not happy. It might still go in. If it bounces up and down and rolls around and goes in, you can see him kind of shake his head. It wasn't smooth enough. Shooters are like that. He just wants that ball hit nothing but net. Better hedge that time by Early, not letting Duvivier, sorry, if I am pronouncing his name wrong. I apologize to his mom that is watching.
And fans at halftime, don't forget to stop by the merchandise table. If you haven't this year, please stop by, pay them a visit. $20 t-shirt, dog tags are back, $10. Pick one up and support your favorite Riptide player.
Again, off the mark. Well, if I'm saying his name wrong or not, it doesn't change anything. He's a heck of a basketball player. Oh, Morty. Gabe Freeman with a block, and it wasn't going to let him get that rebound. And here comes Edwards. A little James Harden sidestep. Coach Taroba not happy with what he's seeing. He wants he was signaling for a timeout, couldn't get it there in time, but we'll see what happens in this possession if he still wants one. Vinny all the way around to Early, just as quick as that. Got to switch Watson guarding him on Phillips. Yeah. I am not sure why he's complaining about that one. He's saying he's in the key for 3 seconds. I'm not saying I didn't foul him, he said, but it's in the key for 3 seconds. Bartley checking into the game for Jeremiah Morty. Going to give him a rest. 2 fouls Morty has. Let's not let him pick up another.
Frank Bartley.
Watson sets his feet. Doesn't get it to go. But there's Edwards. A couple baskets in a row for Edwards. 36-36. Landon into the game. Going to work on Duvivier. A little up and under from 10 feet. Couldn't get it to go. Good ball pressure, Landon. Wow. Duvivier again, Zach.
Third three this quarter.
Yeah, 3 threes at the quarter for him. I was telling you before the game, I said he was warming up, and I said, one tough kid right there. Let me tell you, you wait till you see him play. He'll not only knock threes down one end, but he'll beat the crap out of you on the other end defensively.
Yeah, he will.
Edwards finds Lufiel on the other side of the court. Looking to post Phillips. Gabe Freeman, wide open three. Two wide open. Oh, Marvin Binney with a foul. Marvin Binney's boxing him out.
The St. John Riptide would like to thank the St. John Parking Commission for hooking up some of our season ticket holders with free parking in the accessible indoor Peel Plaza parking garage on 75 Carlton Street.
Edwards going to attack, finds Lufiel on the screen and roll. A little up fake from Lufiel and easy bucket.
Lufiel, 2 points for the Canes.
Dixon down low. Easy basket for him. When a big screen's a little and you get a switch, find the big in the post. Dixon now with 8 points.
Pretty finished.
Tough layup. Alpha Duvivier, 2 points.
Yeah, Coach Leslie's not taking him out of the game.
I would.
No, why not? Why would you? Harrington off the screen. Chris Early. Gabe Freeman doing a great job on him. Gets called for the hold by the trail official. That's all I'll say. That's all I'll say to that one.
Gabe Freeman picking up that foul, his third, team's fifth. With that,
And
it's
3 fouls on Gabe Freeman. Timeout on the floor.
And St. John, your Riptide's physiotherapist is none other than Kathy Simon from LifeMark Physiotherapy. And the Riptide want to thank Guardian Pharmacy for their continued support.
43-38, Zach. Chris Early on the line to shoot two. 4:10 to go in the second quarter. Coach Taroba looking to close this thing out. What do they get? What do they have to get back to doing that they've stopped for the last few minutes?
And speaking of the front zone, kids, be sure to head down to
Exactly.
the West End at halftime and enjoy the Kids Zone,
You do it
proudly
once in a while,
sponsored
but
by
when you give up 3-4
Ship and Shore.
possessions in a row, you know, it starts to wear and tear on you a little bit. You make a mistake on the offensive end because you're trying to, you know, get it all back in one play.
Yeah.
And again, with a little bit of over-drilling, quick shots.
And we do see that. You know, you're exactly right on that. And it's not just this game, the over dribbling thing. It's we kind of see that the whole season. Without a true point guard on the floor, there is a lot of extra stuff just to get, you know, to get yourself
To get in that position that a normal point guard might.
yeah,
do
where
in.
he's going to get from here to there, where he needs to make a pass and 2 dribbles. A non-true point guard is going to take 4 or 5 dribbles in a roundabout way when he's being pressured to get there to find a guy, maybe a few more dribbles than that. And that's no knock on Arrington or Morty. They're both great players. They're 2 guards and 3 guards. They're not in their true position right when they're playing the point guard spot.
4 and 5. Hey, you guys just won 2 poutines. Head down to the sound booth and claim your prize from Barn Rock. Shooting one more on the line, Chris Early.
And Chris Early with an early 10 points. And misses a second. And Dixon with the offensive board finds Chris Early for 3. Oh, you know, if he had missed the first one, made the second free throw, and you got a steal, maybe you're knocking that 3 down. You just saw that one go in, but good look. Would have been a big 4-point play, Zach, if he had made that. Frank Bartley doing a nice job on Poole out front, denying ball reversal. Here's the field. They're going to leave him on the 3-point line. He said, I'm not going to stay there. I'm going to attack the rim. Oh. Arrington with the board, kind of a team board there. Tapped around a couple times. Got himself into the paint. Finds Dixon down low.
Bit of a mismatch.
Not strength-wise, but maybe height-wise.
Height-wise.
Yeah.
He uses it.
Yeah.
Tyrone Watson picking up his 3rd foul. 6 this quarter for the Canes. On the line, shooting
And
two,
they
Ronaldo
got
Dixon.
Watson for that one. I thought it was Duvivier, but. And I think Watson was about as much surprised as we were that was being called on him, Zach. The fan behind us. Little fun play with Watson, a little interaction last time they were here. Kept telling him he was traveling. Washington kept saying he wasn't.
Jordan Washington.
Yeah, little smile out of Washington. And it was funny, he come into the game to start this game, and he actually did travel. So the fan was letting him have it. And Washington just in the game.
Jordan Washington.
Not even to beat a sweat on him yet. Not warmed up at all. Comes in, knocks down the 16-footer. Now you keep your eye on Washington for a couple possessions, Zach. And just watch how tough he is defensively and offensively. And a great pass, draws the defender. And I said, I don't know if he's being disciplined. That's why he's not starting. I'm not sure, but.
Come on, fans, give him some energy. Make some noise for your Riptide.
A great addition coming off the bench there.
Oh yeah. He could play for me anytime. I like Chris Early steps out for 3. The step back 3. That's why you see so many NBA players doing it now, Zach. It's like it's like I talked about earlier with the kick out pass, your feet are facing the basket. When you step back on that little step back 3, it's the same thing. You're not swinging right to left. Your body's square to the rim. Your shoulders are square. And you knock that 3 down. Chris Early does. And Washington going to work in there. Offensive board. Couldn't get it to go. Chris Early with another rebound. Kemiasi, 16.5-footer. Minute 30 to go, 47-45. Halifax on top. Oh, nice pass. Nice pass, Washington. Wide open layup, Poole.
2 points. Hurricanes.
Poole with a quiet 8 points here, Zach, in the first half. Bartley looking to attack. Washington right there. Blue Field breaks it up, finds Edwards on the run. Frank Bartley back. And Duvivier's already made 3. We'll make it 4.
Yep.
Make it 4. 14 points now for him.
Quick shot, quick release too.
And leading all scorers.
Come on, fans. Let's get that energy up again. Make some noise for the Tide.
Kemiasi. He's a streaky shooter, Aussie Zach. He had just made one on the previous possession from 16 feet, and He'll come right down the floor. He only needs one shot for a heat check. And Chris Early, Poole gets him in the air, gets him in trouble.
Chris Early picking up a foul on the play. Going to be his first, team's fourth. Mike Poole on the line, shooting 2.
Jeremiah Morty and Randy Phillips going to check into the game for a last possession here for the Riptide. And Coach Dorval wants a timeout. And he gets it.
Mike Poole getting it done on the free throw line. Timeout.
Well, FIBA rules, we said, you get 2 timeouts in the first half. If you don't use them, you lose them. You might as well, 29 seconds ago, you're going to hold for basically close to last shot with a 24-second shot clock. You're going to set something up at the end of that shot clock and score. A little full court pressure by Halifax, looking to, if anything, just slow that down, take a bunch of time off that shot clock. Frank Bartley set play, a little quick, I thought, Zach. Leaves a lot of time for Halifax to get a score. Instead of 5 seconds left, they had 10 seconds left, time to set something up. Poole, wow, wide open for a 3. So that's a 3 you don't hit. You leave them plenty of time. I looked up and there was like 13 seconds left on that shot on the game clock, when you could have held to the end of your shot clock and only given them 5 seconds and maybe a scrambling shot at the other end. But instead, all kinds of time for Halifax. Poole knocks down a big 3. A little 6-point swing there, 57-45.
Let's make some noise for them.
There you have it, folks. 57-45, Halifax on top. 14.5 minutes left until the second half begins. We'll be back at you with about a minute or so to go before that half starts with some first half stats.
Let's hear it for the Junior Riptide dance team. And now coming out to the floor to have a scrimmage, Hampton Huskies. And let's hear it for the junior Riptide, the Hampton Huskies. Great job, guys. Enjoy the rest of the game.
All right, folks. Stacey Atkinson, Zach Atkinson back here just about to start the second half, and as promised, some first half stats. Mike Poole with 13 points, 4 rebounds. Joel Kindred with 10 points. Chris Early, 12 points, 7 rebounds. Good first half, Zach, for him. Ronaldo Dixon with a good first half, also 10 points, 3 rebounds. Looking at shooting percentages, Halifax 62% field goal percentage, 64% from the three-point line, And a lot of that in that second quarter. And
That's almost unheard of.
Yeah.
That's shooting the ball well.
you're not beating a team that shoots 64% from the three-point line.
Shooting better from the three-point line than they are from
Yeah.
the rest of the floor.
And probably better. They're actually shooting 40% from the free throw line, 64% from three. And to back up a little bit in that when they're shooting free throws, I guess.
Yeah.
And but the big story, 17 assists for Halifax, 9 assists for this Riptide team. And we talked about that, Zach, and you mentioned you look at Halifax, and this is what you said a couple minutes ago. You look at Halifax come down the floor in 3 dribbles, maybe a couple more dribbles, the ball's being passed around, somebody shooting the ball. Riptide get the ball, 6 dribbles to get across center court, 9 more dribbles before somebody gets a shot. And it just seems to be, when you think back at that first half, Halifax down the floor in a few dribbles, a couple more dribbles maybe, pass the ball around, score. Riptide is more methodical. And which the folks at home, if you're not really getting the too many dribbles thing, because a lot of coaches say, I don't care how many dribbles it takes if the end result is we get a basket. I don't care. Well, you're not going to get as many baskets in a set amount of time, and you're letting the defense get set. Instead of one dribble, pass, maybe there's a dribble and then a couple more passes, you're shifting the defense around and you're finding holes in that defense. But by over dribbling the ball in one spot over and over and over again, the defense is getting their feet set, and that's what you touched on. But and we talked, a lot of that is true. There is not a true point guard on the floor for this Riptide team. And like I said, and I don't say that with any disrespect to Arrington or Morty. Their 2 positions are 2 guards and 3 guards, and it's tough. They're put in a position where there is to get from this spot to this spot to make a pass. A true point guard like the Gingerbread Man last year or AA, they get there in 2 dribbles, make the pass. Our guys are getting there in 3 or 4 or 5 dribbles to make that pass, and it allows that defense to set, right?
Absolutely.
All right, so back to action here, folks. Trading baskets. Bartley pulls up the 15-footer. Good screen up top by Gabe. He'll back up, looking to take early, one-on-one, pulls up for 3, and knocks it down. Now, Early had help on his right, had help on his left, but neither one of those guys were saying, Chris, you have help on your right, you have help on your left. So now he's playing Gabe, 2 arm lengths away. He's not sure what's there for help behind him, and Gabe pulls up, knocks down the 3. And Clinkscale's great pass. Poole.
Another great pass.
4 passes in less than 2 seconds. Easy bucket for Brown. Not the half Coach Doroba was hoping for. 64-47, 17-point lead. Phillips down low. Says, give me that ball back. Finds a cutting early. Who's fouled by Brown, I believe. Blue side 9. That will be Brown. That would be number 3 on him. Early makes the bucket, goes to the free throw line. He's tough and he's Zach.
Yeah, he is.
I said, okay, so he's got, what did we say? He had 12.7 rebounds on 7 field goal attempts.
That's efficient.
Okay, that's very efficient. So he takes another 7 field goal attempts. Say he gets 24 points. That would be well above average. You're not going to do that every time you play. I think he needs to take at least 18 to 20 shots a game.
Oh, yeah.
18 to 20 shots a game. You're not down at the half, and you don't lose basketball games if he's taking 20 shots a game. Same thing I told Malcolm Miller last year. I said, Malcolm, when you shoot 20-plus shots a game, you guys have never lost. The only games you've lost is when you have shot under 20 shots a game. Period.
Wait,
look at the stats.
Look at the NBA. Look at Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Yeah.
There has been games this year they've lost. He had 9 points. He took like 8 shots. There's games they win by 40, 30, 20. He takes 22 shots.
Yeah. Now, is there a team in the NBA where the top scorer is 16 points a game, and you got a few guys with 10 to 12 points a game that are going to be a successful team in the NBA?
No, you're looking at like the Phoenix Suns, so
Right.
last in the NBA,
You're getting beat by
No.
by 25, 30 every night.
Your leading scorers are putting up 24, 25,
And 35.
oh.
And they're winning basketball games.
Yeah, you look at any stat sheet after a game, you can tell who won by just a quick glance at points scored.
Defensive stop here by the Riptide is what they needed.
Yeah, that's what they
Find
need.
themselves down 16. This Halifax team quietly pushing out front here. Phillips down low, a little half hook. I like the big fella down low, Zach. He's got some muscle. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Throw that thing down to that big man.
Good D, another stop.
And Jeremiah Morty, 11 points first half, looking to build on that. No go. Gabe Freeman, the rebound. Oh, Brown. Phillips does a nice job getting there, but he's in the restricted area, but shoulder to sternum is automatic.
And what a play made by your big guy.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, that gets guys going. And there's another stop for the Riptide.
Yeah. And Arrington. It's not like a broken record, but when he gets to the paint, Zach, what happens?
He scores. Makes it a 12-point game.
Just like that, Gabe Freeman.
Eh,
A little bit of a run by the Riptide. He pulls out for a deep, deep two.
He says, hold on.
Phillips with the turnover. Don't hang your head. Watch us, watch us. Oh, a little lost control.
Tries for a little cradle and
A little. You don't really see him go off 1 foot. You usually see he's a 2 foot jumper mostly on his dunks. Even Coach Sorowa laughing. He wouldn't have been laughing if that ball didn't go in. He's almost saying, "All right, Arrington, you're lucky that wing went in." You're looking for something special. Oh, it was like Gabe out. He just lost handle of the ball, but. Many times I've seen Arrington have to move his head away from the side of the rim, or he's gonna hit it with his head. Chris Early with an early rest here, Zach, in the third quarter.
all right. Soon we'll see him to end it.
And Arrington's active here in this last few minutes. I like it.
There's
And the
a
big
battle.
fella down low. There's a battle, all right.
Yeah. Oh.
It looked like Washington beat him up
Yeah.
pretty good, to be honest. Yeah, Phillips lost his balance, and Washington backed out of the way and had all ball on the. But
Ref was behind the play. It might have been a little bit. Of
yeah.
Hand on hand there.
Sometimes as a referee, you always try to get where you can see the space between the two players. You don't want to be behind the offensive player or the defensive player. At this level, these guys are moving so fast. Danny was in the right position, and all of a sudden, bang, he's directly behind the defender. And sometimes you don't get a real good look. What looks to you as a foul, if you had an angle, maybe wouldn't have been right. Clinkscales pushes that ball. He's down the floor so fast, Zach, and into an early offense. And like you said, you saw one dribble there. One dribble, 3-point shot by Poole. Poole now with 16 points.
Team assist.
Right. And I don't even know. I think Clinkscales has taken one shot attempt. I'll look at the stats here in a second, but one shot attempt, and he's got 5 assists. Yeah. An offensive foul. That was going to be a carry on Clinkscales when I heard the whistle. Wow, and Arrington, that's a shot he practices. Get to the paint on the left side, pull up with that left hand. Oh, Dingle thought he had a jump ball. Why is it always the same referee we're complaining about? It seems that way.
I think we just like to tease him.
Yeah. We hear one of the a fellow official behind us, fellow official of his behind us, saying, "Looking like an awful lot of ball there, Dan." And oh no, we like to bug him. Yeah, Freeman of the line makes them both 73-56. Wow, Dingle, a little bit of a stumble, but a little bit of a fumble. Gets it to go, Zach.
Still a bit of time left in this quarter.
Oh yeah, 5:44 to go, and 5:44 to go in the quarter, and
there's another stop.
And a foul at center court. I don't know if you've heard that at home, folks, but the fan that's having a lot of fun with Washington there. He tells him he travels a lot, and now he gets subbed out, and the fan hollers, "Hey, Washington, he was just scared you were going to travel again." Washington laughing, though. He takes it all in stride. And back to action. Washington and Freeman going to take a rest here for Halifax. Zach, 15-point lead. They have Dingle for three.
A big shot.
You know, he just made a layup a couple minutes ago, and we talked earlier about that confidence thing. You see that ball go through the hoop, and you almost know as he's pulling up for that three, you're fully confident he's going to knock that down. He just made that layup a couple minutes before. And Arrington with the steal. Dingle step back three. Wow. Ed gets his own rebound. Nobody knows where it's going more than the shooter.
10-point game.
Yeah, just like that, 5-0 run by Dingle. Yeah, 7 points now for him. Watson with double dribble out top, no call. Poole with the ball. Finds Klingscales. Klingscales going to find the right guy. Poole attacks the rim. Good defense, Jeremiah Morty. Poole right there. Unfortunate bounce straight back at the shooter. Wow, there he goes. There he goes.
There you go.
That's the dingo we've been waiting for. 9 points now for him. Dixon with the board. And Dingle all 9 points in this quarter, Zach, having a heck of a quarter. And LaFille with a hold on Dixon, cutting down the lane. Jeremiah Morty going to take a rest. Bartley in for him. Wow, thought he was going to shoot that one, Zach. Running hot. A strip, that will be Riptide ball. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Baseline out of bounds. Little mini run here by this Riptide team. Got it to 10 in a short amount of time. Dixon off the mark, but there's Bartley. Fresh 24. And Dixon with the board. Get Brown with the foul on the box out. And Duvivier checking into the game. Fans here behind us hoping Coach Leslie forgot about him. Yeah, and I'm the kind of coach, you know, over the years, I have a non-starter come off the bench and he scores 14 points in the first half. He starts the second half for me. I don't let him cool off.
Yeah.
You're not even going to come in at halftime while we talk. You just stay out there and shoot, and you're starting second half. And that's what Duvivier did first half. And just got to report, folks, in the World Juniors, Canada up 1-0 in their game. Second quarter, I believe. They both wanted that rebound. Bartley says, give it to me. Dingle up top for three. Bang. Like I said earlier, that's the Dingle we've been waiting for. And I told you earlier, I said that he just needs that 1 20-point game just to get him over that hump. We've been waiting for it as Riptide fans, as broadcasters, coaches. We know he's got it. He's got all the talent in the world.
And we have a 5-point game coming out of that timeout.
It was what, 5-13 or something? Yeah. And it was
somewhere in 5.
And it was 15.
Yep.
And it was no. It was no surprise that run started when he took Freeman and Washington out of the game.
No.
Morty to check in for Kemiase. See, wow, Dingle inside.
Looking
See,
good.
those are the shots. He's had many of those shots right there that have hit, like sat on the rim, fell off, rolled around the rim and come out. He just wasn't making those shots. And you do that 2 or 3 times and, you know, all of a sudden you're subbed out. You don't get in as quick. You haven't made some shots. But he's on a roll now. He's making that stuff. And why not? Oh, wow, what a follow by Dixon. What a follow by Dixon. Folks, we got a 2-point basketball game. 5:40 to go in this quarter. It was 15 points. Oh, DeVivier and Jeremiah Morty.
Nice block.
Oh, great block shot. And Poole.
Big
A
shot
broken
by
play. And out to Poole. 21 points for Poole. Having himself a heck of a game. Silent killer, Zach. Like, you know, it's not a guy we've been talking about a ton. Wow. Frank Bartley with a follow-up dunk. Two-hand jam. You know, and I remember when Bartley's mom and dad and his family were here, I'd look down at his dad for his reaction every time Bartley made a big shot or a dunk or something. He'd jump right up on his feet, fist pump, and nobody in the stadium was more excited than his dad every time Bartley made a nice play. I guarantee you, he just jumped off the couch in his living room when Bartley threw down that two-hand dunk. So in the timeout, if you're Coach Taroba, you just say nothing because they're playing phenomenal. And that's how Coach Leslie is saying, guys, let's just get back to what we were doing before. We're giving up easy stuff when we were physical and in passing lanes and hedging and switching, and we're not doing that now. And Dingle's on fire. Somebody throw some water on him.
But that gets you in a rhythm.
Oh,
like
yeah.
You follow your, at this time, Dingle is the best player on the floor for them right now. You follow your best player and you follow off him. You lead off him. You look at the dunk off the miss.
You go to it till the well runs dry.
People running the floor, and that's what gets you going again.
And Poole, why not? 24 points now. He is feeling it.
He said, you're going to have to guard me.
He said, how many threes are you going to let me have? Dingle finds Benny, who finds Dixon. 7 on the shot clock. Step back. And that's a shot we know he can make. He's made them all season. Just off the mark there. Watson up top. Takes it from Poole, who just made 2 threes. Wow, folks, that was a passing, move the ball around clinic. That was seven or 8 passes with about 4 total dribbles, and you eventually find the wide open shot. Morty, up fake, gets hit in the wrist, no call. Wow, thought he had one there, Zach, but no call. Quarter ends. Cut it to 2, back up to 7, 83-76. It was a 15-point game with 5:40-ish to go in the quarter.
Brought it back to a ball game.
Well, I don't know who they're calling down this time to hammer in these nails, but last time it wasn't a contest.
This is the easiest way to get it. So for less than the cost of one tool, you can board a tool and you can one with one membership. So we got Don, we got Bob, face off. Let's give them a countdown. Whoever wins gets a 1-year membership. 10 minutes, here we go. 3, 2, 1, go! Oh, Tom, Take note, ladies. Dominic goes to stand by. Bob's coming back. It's going to be tight. Dominic's on the last one. There it is. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Dominic's going to win it. Country Minnesota, once again, Union.
Fans, let's hear it for Dominic Charlie and Paul Calder. Thank you very much, guys. And thank you, Mark, for sitting on to All right, fans, it's time to dig into your pockets and pull out those 50-50 tickets. I have a winning number here. You're going to be going home with $412 and your ticket number is 078438. Up on the big screen, 078438. $412 is yours.
All right, back to action here. Fourth quarter, 83-76. Halifax out top. 26 points, Zach, for Mike Poole, leading all scorers. Having a heck of a game, that young man is. 10 for 19 shooting, 3 for 6 from the three-point line, and 3 for 4 from the free throw line. 6 rebounds, 4 assists.
Wow.
Good stats, big stats. 14 points for Kindred, 14 points for Duvivier. I think he had all those in the second quarter. Freeman knocks down another 3, 13 points now for Freeman. Chris Early, 15 points, Morty, 11, Dingle, 14, Ronaldo Dixon, 14. And I think Dingle had all those in the third quarter. A little mismatch down low. On the switch, Poole with the help, Chris Early to the line. $22 assists for Halifax, 13 for the Riptide. Rebounding edge is pretty equal. Early now with 17 points, but needs about 10 more shot attempts here, Zach. Yeah, foul on Gabe Freeman. There was a moving screen. He said, I wasn't even setting a screen. I was just running down the floor, which he was. I didn't think he was setting a screen. I was just. Yeah, Early step back, missed the jump shot. Heads off Halifax, out of bounds, 22 on the reset. Going to switch down low. Duvivier guard him early. All mismatches all over the place. Phillips gets to the hole. Phillips does a good job, Zach, of recognizing when he can overpower somebody. He's very opportunistic. He sees a little guy in the lane because his guy went to help out. He's going to get in front of him, seal him every single time.
He finds himself in the right spot.
Yeah, definitely. And he's more athletic than
Athletic.
Yeah, than people give him credit for. It's like just watching Morty guard Poole. like we talk, like just give you nightmares. Knowing he's going to be guarding you all game. He's just so tough, relentless. Bartley a little shake and bake down low. Clinkscale's guarding him. Clinkscale does a nice job. Bartley couldn't get it to go. Oh, wow, ripped it out of Gabe's hands. And looks like DeVivier with the foul, but referee's going to get together, and one has one, another one has the other. Well, give it to the guy with the less fouls.
One of them's got Gabe, one of them's got.
Oh, they got it on Gabe.
Yeah.
Wow, I thought it was DeVivier. To be honest with you, 5 fouls on Freeman. And we got unsportsmanlike after the play. Did you see what happened?
I did. He pushed him.
And that's 6 fouls. Unfortunately, unsportsmanlike, a little push after the play. That gets him 6 and disqualified from the rest of the game. That could really hurt Halifax. Zach, well, as everybody knows, Freeman a huge part of.
He'd been better off to get a technical.
Well, technical is still
I don't know if it does
it's still a
anymore.
personal. Yeah, it is. Bartley makes a free throw. He should be getting 4.
I'm not sure if it does. The technical.
Well, you make the first 2, you're going to shoot the technical too.
I hope so.
Bartley goes 3 for 4, right at his average.
That's a big loss for Halifax.
Huge loss in a close basketball game. Arguably their best defender.
Bartley looking for 6 points in this possession. And
he got it. Frankie Bartley the 4th. 14.
Gives the Riptide a 1-point lead.
Wow, this is a defense you want to see from the Riptide. You get two or three guys with both feet or 1 foot in the paint. Everybody talking, everybody up in passing lanes. He would travel from Morty. He thought he had his wrist grabbed, but you play the whistle, right? 85-86. Riptide all of a sudden out front. 9:33 to go in the game. A 6-point possession helps. Good screen up top from Watson. Gonna slip down low from Kindred. Little screen and roll from Phillips. Arrington can't find him. Now he does. Phillips gonna go to work down there. Looking for, oh wow, nice up and under.
Nice spin. Good step. Quick.
Wow.
Stayed low.
Tell you, Phillips has an array of moves. I watch him work out. He's got the up and unders, the double fake right, double fake left with his back to the basket.
Big wide drop steps.
Big, strong. More moves than Michael Jackson over there, Zach.
Yeah, that's fake.
Oh, look at Watson. Oh, hit in the face. I thought that was a heck of a fake he was throwing. And he was a little poke in the mouth or the eyes. Bartley for 3, off the mark. Yeah, let's not forget about DeVivier. Killed this Riptide team that second quarter, Zach. And Chris Early getting set to check into the game here. 8:10 to go, fourth quarter. Riptide out front by 2. Dingle, why not? 16 second half points for
Picking
Dingle.
up where he left off third quarter.
Well, you know, again, I'll talk about this breakout game I'm waiting for him to have. I'm waiting for him to have this 20-point game. And just to show you what he can do, all 16 of these points came in the second half so far, Zach, and there's still almost just under 8 minutes to go, fourth quarter. So, you know, you get him going from the early start of the game. What's he going to give you, right? He'll talk to a couple guys and they're, oh wow, jumped into Bartley, who never hit him anyways, and jumps up, does a split, flails his arms out there, totally not a normal shooting position. But gets him 2 shots from the line. He did step over that 3. Kindred goes 2 for 2. Oh, wow. I'm not sure. Oh, the foul was on Phillips? Wow. Said he extended the arms, pushed off. It's not kindergarten girls here. Yeah, there might have been a reason he was so wide open, Zach. Wow, Poole.
Feeling it.
Wow. 29 for Poole.
Not making this easy for St. John.
Dingle will stop. Bartley from the corner, off the mark. Chris Early boxed out by Phillips. And Kindred. Foul's on one white. That would be Dingle with his 3rd foul. Dixon going to give Phillips a rest. Big man working hard out there. He got a big hand from the crowd every single time he comes off the floor, because this is a hard working, hard hat town, and they are going to appreciate a guy that works his butt off out there like Phillips does. That's just like, you know, just like Jeremiah Morty, his second year here with the Riptide. I've never heard any ill words or anybody in the crowd boo or whatever when he comes off the floor. It's always a big cheer. And it's, you know, he's going to give you his 10 to 12, 13 points a game, but he's going to guard the other team's best guard, and he's going to work his butt off the entire time he's out there and play tough. Early with Watson guarding him, overplaying him, so he's going to go to the rim. Finds Bartley off the mark. Bartley with his own rebound again. Dixon wanted that, couldn't get it. Arrington. Wow, it's going to take Poole. Defended well by Poole. Forces Arrington into a left-handed 7-footer off the mark. And if Washington's down, I'm guessing he got hit pretty hard, Zach. Elbow to the top of the head. He's got his hair, the hair stands off the top of his head about 3.5 inches, so he's got pretty good cushion there. Poole.
Wow.
Wow, is right. 32 points for Poole. I'm not sure what his career high is in the NBLC, but I'm guessing he's pushing it. Yeah. And 2 hands on by Kindred. Call for his 3rd foul. I don't think I've heard that before, Zach. the opposing team's bench hollering when you're shooting free throws. Yeah, I was saying it was one of the girl that won one of the dance-offs and also won the 50-50. Hey, she won $412 for dancing in the grass tonight. Let's not go home and tell everybody that one.
St. John Riptide. Lancaster Mall, your community place, is a proud supporter of your St. John Riptide. Water for the team is provided by Culligan. You can give your people Culligan water.
Well, I like the lineup coming out on the floor. Dingle, Phillips, Morty, Arrington, and Chris Early for this Riptide team. I also like Halifax's lineup with Poole, Kindred, Washington, we had Clink, Scales, and Watson. 2 really good defensive units and some scorers thrown in the mix. Washington, everybody's like, you can dribble, you know. Morty up top on Poole. Morty now on Poole because of, and Klinks goes on the line. A deep 2. Poole with 32 points. So Coach Taroba says, Morty, your turn. go get him. Arrington, probably the easiest bucket he's going to get all year, Zach. I just bragging up the defensive units out there, and they both go out and bang, bang, score. Fouls on Arrington, 2 on him. Washington down low. Phillips picks up another foul. That's 5 on Phillips. Well, folks, if you're in the St. John area tomorrow night, or you're within a few hundred miles, get down here, 7 p.m. game start. St. John's Edge in town to play the Riptide. Many fans excited to see Big Baby Davis, Zach, who's an integral part of that Celtic championship back with Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett, Rajon Rondo. And excited to see him playing with St. John's Edge. As is the reigning MVP of the league, and Carl English. Bartley into the game for Dingle. Don't want to cool him off, but you want to give him a minute's rest maybe. And then Dingle wasn't out any more than 5 seconds. Actually, no time ran off the clock. They said, no, you can't come in yet. You just subbed out. It's got to be at least 1 second tick off, or 0.1 off that clock. Anyway, he's set to come in the next. Didn't think he'd be out very long, Zach. We didn't know it was that quick. Had Bartley. Frank Bartley, the 4th. Big 3. Wow, nice play by Watson. Good defense, Dingle. Secures the defensive board. 3:42 to go, down 3. Dingle looking to tie it as quick as that. Nobody in this stadium begrudging him that shot either, Zach. Oh, nice pass down low. And good foul on Washington. Puts him to the line for 2. That's a shot Washington would like to have back. It wasn't hit that hard. Big fella's got to make that. And the and one. Phillips getting set to check into the game. Then we get a switch. Switch on the screen and roll. That gets Chris Early with the mismatch on him. 19 points, Zach, for Early. Wow. That boy's on fire.
He's even laughing about it over there.
You know, we say Early. And Bartley, wow, big 3 again. Somebody was yapping at him, and he said, hey, he just motioned at you want to keep talking? You want to keep talking? I'll do my talking with 3-point bombs. Oh, good. Poked away by Early down low. Jordan Washington just bullying through. Early does a good job of getting his body in front of the basketball. Phillips in for Chris Early. Brown coming into the game for Washington. Dingle caught in the lane. Good defense, Brown. 104-103, minute 55 to go. Bartley looking to get to the hole. Does and scores. Again, his dad just jumped off the couch with a big fist pump. A couple big buckets in a row for Bartley. Folks, we promised you a heck of a ball game, and here you go. Don't let Poole shoot, my goodness. That would be 6 fouls on Phillips. You're going to see Chris Early come back in. Well, we wondered why Chris Early went out. Back in on the disqualification. And Phillips with a big hand from the crowd. Zach, very appreciative. Like I said earlier, he worked hard.
Great game.
He did. 14 points. Brown with the lefty rainbow. An air ball from Brown. Timeout, St. John. 105, 103, 133 to go. Well,
St. John doing a better job at moving the basketball, playing off people, not over-dribbling, not putting themselves in trouble. They played off teammates. Now, like we said, you look at the score sheet, Bartley's got 23, Ingles got 19, Phillips has 14, and
Chris Early's
got 16, I think.
Yeah.
So whereas before you look at your leading scores got 15, this is what you want to see.
Yeah.
And you can play off that. You play off the best player on the floor at that time.
Yeah. And in the third quarter, the best player on the floor was Dingle. And at times it's Early.
Yeah. And people play off that, and that's how you get into offense. You don't play a lot of one-on-one.
And for, about a 4-minute stretch in the fourth quarter, it was Bartley who was the best player. So you just keep feeding the hot hand. Well, I'm just thinking what's Terober talking about here in the timeout. I think
He's
they've had a
Poole. He's talking about Poole, so we still got to keep doing a good job on him. Still got to get out, get pressure, box out, rebound the basketball, have patience on offense like they're doing now. We don't need that game-winning three in this next possession.
Well, they've got the ball, so I think he's definitely going over guys we've had success getting into something very, very early.
Getting
Getting
space,
quickly-
being a one-on-one in the post. How many times have they caught in Phillips in the post in a mismatch?
Yeah,
That's what they've used. Right?
It's quickly been dribble to the right side and involve early on a screen and roll.
Here we go, high screen.
High screen, Arrington couldn't find a goal. Finds a cutting Bartley.
What a great set play.
Wow. All right, Chris Early was the one that screened. Bartley was in the area.
The back screen that
Whoa.
would come off of.
Poole with a two-hand shove on Bartley. Referee didn't pick up on it. Watson down low, going to bully Jeremiah Morty. Klingskill's not a shooter. Doesn't look to score. So down to 4 on the shot clock. Good screen up top. Watson. Here comes Brown. Wow, big basket by Brown. Drop step, middle, half hook.
There we go. Less than a minute to play.
Now we're going to involve Dingle. Involve Dingle in a pick and pop or a screen and roll. Step back 3. Oh, in and out. Millimeter from falling. Now you need to stop here, and you can't let Poole shoot the basketball, especially when somebody's giving him a 15-footer. Not only is somebody hanging on his arm, but nothing but net on a rainbow jumper. So 3 points you don't get on a basketball that goes in and out about 4 times, and Poole with the 3-point play at this end. 36 points for Poole. Looking to make it 37. And does. Timeout, Coach Taroba, 26.6. That should advance the ball on the front court. Well, Zach, 37 points for Poole. He's, I don't know if we can say he's the best player on the floor tonight, because there's a lot more to the game than scoring, but
he's the most efficient player.
I'll definitely say he's the best shooter on the floor tonight.
His shooting percentage right now is very high. He's taking great shots and he's making easy shots.
Yeah. We say easy, but that's an NBA three-point line. Yeah.
They're not bad.
Well, with great defenders in his face, and he's still knocking them down. Boys, he's been a joy to watch tonight. Oh, I remember the game. A few years ago. AA goes for 50 or 51. He was shooting. He was making threes from the emblems out, 10 feet outside the three-point line. It was just crazy. It was early in the season. It was a young fella guarding him on the other team, first-year pro. Kept trash talking all game. Then by about the third quarter, he didn't say another word. but he brought out the best in AA. AA drops 50. I think it might have been 51 on him. It was just fun to watch, being here courtside. And you watch a game. You watch a young man like Poole having the night that he's having with 37. It's still fun to watch. Chris Early up top. Finds Arrington, who finds Bartley for 3. Set play. Wow. 28 all of a sudden for Bartley, who is as cool as a cucumber out there. 110, 19.1. Well, Frank Bartley Sr., if you weren't jumping off the coach before, you got to be now. Wow. Well, let's set it up, Zach. 19.1. Halifax should hold for last shot. Should hold for last shot. So you're looking to attack at about the 6-second mark. You're looking to shoot the ball at roughly the 3 to 4 second mark. Probably 3 any sooner than that, you're giving the Riptide team a chance to get down the floor and score. But 3 seconds, 3 or 4 seconds, if you shoot that basketball, you give yourself time to get an offensive rebound and score, but Riptide don't have time to get down the floor and score. So I'm looking at 4 seconds to shoot the ball. Any earlier than that, it's a big bonus for the Riptide, gives them plenty of time. And looking to attack at about 7 seconds, which puts you right around that 4-second mark to shooting the ball. Both teams in bonus. You're the Riptide. You're absolutely not fouling when you don't have to foul. When I say when you don't have to foul is if you're giving up a layup, that's about the only time. The only time you're gonna put them to the line for 2.
And box out.
Yes. Finish your defense right here. Nothing this crowd, nothing us, or the fans at home would like more to watch a great game go into an extra 5 minutes.
When you advance the ball, shot clock goes to 14. They can't hold for 1.
Oh, yes, new rules. So you almost don't want to call a timeout. You're losing last shot.
Well, you can choose not to advance either.
Oh, Poole, just don't give him a breath of air. Wow, he makes another 39 points.
Mama, there goes that man.
Wow. And you know what? With that new rule, the 19 seconds, so you advance it, you get 14 on the shot clock. I don't think I'd call the timeout. I would not call the timeout. I want to hold for last shot.
Right. You can choose not to advance it. So
I don't know.
Call it.
I don't think you can.
No, you can. You can choose to not advance it.
Well, that's dumb then to advance it
and
when
it stays 24 seconds if you don't advance it.
It's dumb to advance it then.
It is.
I would take the full.
It is, unless
I would take my time getting it up off the floor.
You know, unless maybe you have a set play that you like to run, you can only run it with the advance.
Well, folks at home, we will check that rule. I'm gonna say that you have to advance it. Zach is saying you don't, but we will check that and get that for you next game. But I think in the last 2 minutes, the timeout is automatic advance. But I've been wrong before, Zach, a couple times. I can't remember. Like 10 years ago, I think.
When I'm doing in games, they give me the option.
They give you the option, and you're playing FIBA.
Here we go, 8 seconds. 40 to inbound.
Oh, we had a 5-second call, and that's another disadvantage of advancing the ball too, Zach. That's a tough spot to play defense because you're using that center court line as a defender, and we had a quick foul. Wow, just like that. You potentially lose a basketball game on a 5-second throw-in call.
Wow, that's it. Wow.
Wow, that's just like, you're close to 5 seconds. Throw it off the guy's leg. He's standing right in front of you. Throw it off his leg
and scramble.
Yeah, don't get the turnover. Throw a jump ball or throw it off the guy's leg and go out of bounds and get another 5 seconds. Wow, Jordan Washington, no timeouts. You got to push that ball fast. Down to 5 seconds. Arrington's going to pull up for a 3 off the mark, and just like that. Folks, we think we're going into overtime, and Halifax with a 4-point win in regulation.
Give Halifax credit.
Yes, most definitely.
What a game by Poole.
Poole with 39 points. I'm guessing the game of his career as a pro, 39-point game. And you know what? And no chumps defending him. You got Morty guarding him. You got Arrington guarding him, and Early guarding him. Dingle was guarding him for some sessions. I think Taroba threw the whole team at him, to be honest with you. But folks, there you have it. Thanks for joining us. Tomorrow night here at 7 o'clock, same time, same place. You get Big Baby Davis in the St. John's Edge in town to take on this Riptide team. And thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Stacey Atkinson, Zach Atkinson. Zach, great to have you back in the broadcast booth. And we'll be here tomorrow night with you folks.